friends, this is Terry with your new supermoon in Pisces happening on March 10th, and I'm recording this right now on March 1st. I like to say rabbit rabbit. That's something that I always say for luck. Rabbit rabbit on the first of the month. And this is a lucky first of the month because Sun is sextile Jupiter right now, and this is one of my favorite transits, right next to Sun trine Jupiter or Jupiter Sun Cazimi. Any kind of time when the Sun is in a positive aspect to Jupiter, the king who grants wishes, you know it's going to be a lucky day. So of course I had to pull out my lucky unicorn dress. I don't know if you can see, but this dress has unicorns all over. If you just look for them, you will see these little unicorns on this dress, and I always wear this when I feel like something wonderful is about to happen. And I do feel cautiously optimistic going into this new lunar cycle, maybe because I am a Pisces moon and this is my new moon for my moon. And this Pisces super new moon, when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth's orbit, that is when we have a supermoon, its closest in perigee. This is a wonderful time for planting those new seeds of intention, or if you're a gardener or a farmer, March 10th is a beautiful biodynamic day to actually plant seeds. I'm going to plant my new moon seeds for just things I want to grow in my raised beds here in Oregon on this new moon. And the Sabian symbol for this new moon will be all about nourishment and how we nourish ourselves. So there's this underlying theme of nourishing ourselves, and how do you nourish yourself on this new moon? And if you look at the chart, you will see that all these planets seem to be surrounding and gathering around Pisces right now, just gaining momentum as all of these planets are about to journey forth into Aries, getting ready for that incredible Aries total solar eclipse that is happening on April 8th. But just for now, these planets are gathered around Pisces, ruled by the 12th house, where all the mystical, magical things happen. I think if unicorns really exist, they are living in the 12th house. The 12th house is our ancestors. The 12th house is how we communicate with spirit. So this is a good new moon to connect with spirit. I like to burn some Palo Santo when I want to contact spirit and just ask spirit to guide me on what I should be doing. Every day I try to connect in and listen to a higher calling about what would you have me do? This is something I learned in the Course of Miracles. Who would you have me call? Where would you have me go? And who should I talk to and why? And just let spirit guide you on this powerful 12th house Pisces supermoon, new moon, and let spirit be a part of the new moon intentions we have. I think so often we think we know where we're going or what we need to do or what, we have our plan. I love to make plans and have goals, but remember to include spirit when you're making your big plans. Spirit will guide you. Spirit knows your highest calling. Spirit knows your soul's lesson. Call in spirit. Ask the unicorns, all those 12th house mystical, magical. This is an excellent new moon for ancestral healing or just to make contact with your ancestors. You can ask your ancestors to visit you in dreams. I've done this and it's amazing. They will show up if you ask. And really connecting in to your intuition, to the deeper healing, to your dreams, and nourishing yourself, doing that self-care, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's getting some movement exercises. We're in this winter time when a lot of people just aren't moving their bodies as much. And this 12th house above all represents endings. It is the final house of the zodiac wheel. There's 12 houses in the zodiac wheel. If you look at an astrology chart, the 12th house is above all about endings, and the ending is allowing space for something new to be born. And that is where we are in this stage, as we are in the Pisces ending, getting ready for the Aries total solar eclipse in April. And now is a time to just release what no longer serves you, to make room for something new that wants to find you in the next coming months. And we have Saturn, Moon, Sun, Neptune, all in Pisces, as you can see on the astrology chart if you look at the chart. And Mercury just entering Aries, but still really close by. And Venus and Mars are still in Aquarius, but they are standing at the gateway, just about to enter Pisces, where they will eventually come into conjunction with Saturn and Neptune in the months ahead on their journey towards Aries and the North Node and Chiron, the wounded warrior healer. So everybody seems to be checking out what is going on with this ending and this new beginning. Something is being released so that something new can be birthed into being in this new paradigm, this new world we're stepping into. And this is a time of major shifts. I know so many people going through huge life change and major shifts. Maybe you've lost a job and that is making room for you to find a new path ahead, or maybe a relationship is ending, lots of divorces. You'll just see a lot of, let me know if you've seen any endings, because I'm seeing a lot of endings happening for my clients and friends right now. And something is ending, it's making room for something even better to come in, I promise you. So if you're losing something, or you've lost something, or something just ended, just know that something new wants to be reborn for you, and there's a new path ahead. And as something major is about to end in our world, to make way for the new, as we enter this eclipse portal in Aries, which we're already soaking in, with that total solar eclipse in Aries happening on April 8th. Mark your calendars. Many of these planets that we're seeing all lined up along Pisces, they're all going to cross the gate from the 12th house of Pisces into that first house, that new beginning where we begin again in Aries. And that first house, Aries, is the beginning of a new era, a new chapter, this new way forward. And it's a really fresh new energy that will be coming in next month. And I always think of April as the really true New Year's time based on the zodiac wheel. If you look at the astrology chart, the first house is where the year really begins. So when we enter that first house, Aries, next month, we will all begin again. And what do you want to start now? What is your new path? What is your new beginning? This Pisces new moon is a time just to take a time out in reflection, to think about where you want to go next. What will your new beginning be? What are you starting? And this year, that brand new beginning, it's going to be a wild ride, because we are lifted out of our ordinary day-to-day, work-a-day routines into something unknown that is coming. And our last eclipse portal in 2023, we had that Taurus, Scorpio, death, transformation, rebirth cycle. I was talking about it all last 2 years. And if you want to know about that Taurus, Scorpio eclipse portal, that roller coaster we just got off of, you can go back and look at my old readings, because I talked about that death. I am a Scorpio, so I was really talking about that death, transformation, and rebirth, which I'm all too comfortable with as a Scorpio. But now, as we step in to this Aries eclipse portal that's really beginning right now, we are truly born again. And the baby is crowning and emerging and we are just birthing ourselves into a new state of being. Major shifts, quantum leaps, breakthroughs are coming with this new moon, and our truest self will be coming to life in this great awakening 2024 year that we're moving into, that will come with this eclipse portal, and we're already soaking in it. Like I said, it begins before the actual first eclipse, which happens on April 8th, with the total solar eclipse that will be conjunct Chiron in Aries, that wounded warrior healer, asking us to heal our deepest wounds before we can really go forth on our journey of awakening. So get to know where Aries and Libra are as we enter this eclipse energy this month. Wherever Aries and Libra show up for you personally, this is where you will need to heal some old deep wound, some inner child healing before you can go forth into your journey of being born anew. And my Aries is in the 8th house of sex, death, and taxes. So that's good times. And if you know where your Aries and Libra are, leave it in the comments and I'll give you a little mini reading and I'll tell you what I think it is. And I'm also having an eclipse chart sale right now. If you need to get your astrology chart so you can see where your Aries and Libra house is, for just $88, I will give you your chart and I will tell you how these eclipses will affect. There's 4 eclipses in 2024. For $88, I'll go through and unpack what each eclipse is going to bring for you with the Sabian symbols and everything, and let you know how they will personally affect you based on where your Aries Libra are. And I just completed one of these eclipse sale charts for someone with just a stellium of planets in Aries. I thought, boy, you were the right person to order this because she is going to be feeling it. And she said, I feel so seen in my journey, and this reading has just healed and empowered me, because I always include distance Reiki and an energy clearing when I do astrology charts. So it felt really good to just be able to energetically support her, because I know these eclipses are really going to affect that stellium of planets that she has. And I love how psychological astrology can be, because it's good to know I am using my handy dandy psychology degree that I got at Chico State with all my Carl Jung studies, because it really shows up as I navigate the astrological terrain of these charts. It's so psychological. It's so much deep healing that shows up in a chart. And if you haven't already, be sure to watch my Aries North Node video. The link's in description to really get prepared for what is to come with this Aries Libra transit that we're going through all these eclipses all year long. And this Pisces supermoon is sort of the calm before the storm, or maybe it's the calm that we need to have during the storm, as we have Uranus, who is the ruler of storms, unexpected storms. Uranus is going to be bringing some heavy-duty squares this month. And this lunar cycle really reminds me of that period just before you go into full active labor, when things get really quiet. And it's such an intense personal process giving birth. And I just have to quote Ina May of Spiritual Midwifery. If you've ever read this book, it's the best book ever about birthing. And a lot of midwives and doulas read it. And I do a lot of pregnancy massage, so I love this book. And she says, when a child is born, the entire universe has to shift and make room. Another entity capable of free will and therefore capable of becoming God has just been born. Ooh, I'm going to read that again. When a child is born, the entire universe has to shift and make room, because another entity capable of free will and therefore capable of becoming God has just been born. And we just had that beautiful cosmic egg Sabian symbol with the Saturn, Sun, Mercury conjunction saying something brand new is being born. And we will be under the influence of that major conjunction for 6 months to come. Because if you didn't catch that video, I will link it below. The Sun, Saturn, and Mercury all just conjunct at 9 degrees of Pisces. Whew. And this Pisces supermoon really feels like we're collectively entering this labor process now. And how will you give birth to yourself? And how will we collectively birth our new 5th dimensional world that we're birthing in this new era? And how do you care for yourself and nourish yourself through this painful birthing process we're in right now? And if you've ever given birth, I would love to know what was your birthing process, because that is what we're going to be experiencing under this Pisces as we shift the gateway from the Pisces 12th house into the Aries 1st house. We are birthing this new Aries baby of the zodiac into being. And I personally had a really slow birthing process, which was so funny for me because I'm very yang and I like to get things done. And I'm like a strong cup of coffee. I like to move fast and get her done. And my son really taught me how to slow down when he came really late, and he still just took forever just to emerge. And he is the yin to my yang. And so we probably will learn some really important things under this birthing new moon Pisces going into Aries birthing. And it's usually the opposite, you know? And my son still is very yin. He's very slow moving to my fast moving yang. And this is a time when we all need to surrender to the process. You are no longer in control of what is happening now. And it's time to connect to spirit, to get really quiet, to slow down and listen. Meditate, have faith, pay attention to your dreams, and if all else fails, just dance. Just get moving, do some movement, do some dance. And I've been thinking about Gabrielle Roth, my 5 rhythms teacher, who I was so blessed to learn from in Seattle, and I had the great honor of massaging her, and she gave me so much of her beautiful music that I've done massage to all my life, and she taught us how to truly let go and be present in the moment and release our bodies and just ride the cosmic wave. And that is what this new supermoon Pisces is asking us to do. This is our homework assignment, to just let go, be present, and ride the wave. I always think of Pisces as the ocean, the water, the ocean water, and the fish. The fish just rides the wave. The fish isn't struggling upstream. The fish is going with the flow, riding the wave. And I want to share some of Gabrielle Roth's teachings that really called to me today. And this is the kind of thing that can happen when you listen to spirit. I got really quiet this morning and thought, what wants to show up? And Gabrielle Roth, it was like she was right in front of me. It gives me chills. I lit some Palo Santo and Gabrielle Roth showed up. That's the kind of thing that can happen when you take the time to just be quiet and listen to what spirit wants to show you. And Gabrielle Roth has left this world, but I still feel her magic in the memories of her words and her music and her dance. And she says this: energy moves in waves. Waves move in patterns. Patterns move in rhythms. And a human being is just that: energy, waves, patterns, and rhythms. Nothing more, nothing less than a dance. The fastest way to still your mind is to move your body. And if you want to give birth to your truest self, You are going to have to dig deep down into that body of yours and just let your soul howl, just like you howl in birth sometimes. And sometimes you have to take that leap of faith and trust that if you turn off your head, your feet will take you where you need to go. Turn off your head, let your feet take you where you need to go. Whew, that just to me epitomizes this Pisces New Supermoon. Gabrielle Roth, thank you so much for explaining it to me. And Pisces is that water sign. You know, you got to get out your moon. I always do this moon water. I put the blue bottles in the windowsill at every full moon. I just had the Virgo full moon. And then I drink the blue moon water all month long. And that water sign wants us to nourish ourselves just like water hydrates us. And Pisces rules over our emotional healing. And with Chiron, that wounded warrior healer, coming into conjunction with the North Node Aries. I know I got to do a separate report on that one. This is time for some deep inner child healing amidst two tough squares that we have. I'm sorry, you know I say I like trines, more trines, less squares. I really try to manifest that for you guys. But this month we're hit with two tough squares. Those diamond-making pressures coming in on this new moon that you'll just want to know where your Aquarius and where your Taurus is, because that's where you're going to be feeling it. Oh, God, I have Taurus in my house of career, Aquarius in my house of health. Those are areas you don't, your career and health, I don't want those squaring. But we've all got Aquarius and Taurus somewhere. And if you are a Taurus or you are an Aquarius, boy, you're really going to be feeling it. If you know where Aquarius and Taurus is for you, drop it in the comments and I'll let you know what I think. The first one is Venus in Aquarius, squaring Uranus in Taurus. And this can bring unexpected twists and turns to our love life, testing your relationship in some way. Maybe you want to make a major life change right now, and you want to take that leap of faith and you want to have a quantum leap, but your partner is just not on board. Or you could feel like your partner's holding you back, or vice versa. You could be the one holding your partner back while they're making a big change. And maybe you found some kind of unconditional love or new path that is really scary. And Spirit is asking you to take that leap of faith. And Venus, divine feminine power, is rising up to do something so incredible. Yet she is meeting with conflict initially with some unexpected, unforeseen event, that's Uranus and Taurus, that creates a major shift in direction. It's like rain on your wedding day, just like those Isn't It Ironic Alanis Morissette kind of disruptions that can make you feel so unsure if you're making the right decision. But it's actually just a test of your resolve to do the thing. And it's just pulling you back like an arrow, but you're about to be sprung forward. It's that pullback, right? On a bow and arrow, you always have that pullback right before you get to let go and spring forward and go towards your big goal. So don't get discouraged if you find struggles, conflicts, obstacles, roadblocks to living out your heartstream. It's all part of the process, and it's just this square, this Uranus square. And then we have Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus, and this is rebellion. This is people coming together, Aquarius, in community to make major changes, hopefully for the sake of our Earth, as that's Taurus is an Earth sign. And this is also heavy duty, geopathic energy that could bring solar storms, lightning storms, earthquakes, tsunamis, destructive flooding, mudslides and other weather-related mayhem, the likes we may have never seen before. This square is not just going to affect us for one day on this new moon. This square is going to be really an influence that's present for months to come. And it's unpredictable earth fury. That is really a wake-up call to do something about our earth situation. But we'll probably just hit snooze. Let's hit the snooze button on that wake-up call like we keep doing until one day we can't hit snooze anymore. One day it might just be too late and we've overslept. That is my fear. But at its best, when we have Mars square Uranus, we can hope for the more positive aspects like ambition, creative breakthroughs, quantum leaps forward. We can really manifest even under this square, but it won't come without obstacles because that's what squares bring. Obstacles, lessons, conflicts, struggles, that's a square. This is one of those times where workers may just walk out in a strike, or you may have this strong craving that you just want to quit your job unexpectedly. So try not to make any really rash decisions under this influence. But if it's time to go, this transit will support quitting your job. And Uranus can bring accidents, and Aquarius rules electricity. So this is not a good time for playing with electricity in any ways. I'm really worried that windstorms may knock over electric poles, and that's been known to cause wildfires. You shouldn't be trying to fix anything technical. Don't try to fix your computer. Don't try to work on anything electrical because there's a real risk of danger and injury with this Mars square Uranus in Aquarius with that electrical aspect. And that I think of all the wildfires that we believe have been started by electrical poles and electrical interferences, and that Texas Panhandle wildfire that's been going out of control, and it's heading closer to the nuclear facility. I don't really watch the news. I hear a lot of my news from my massage client. So if I'm not right about this, it's because it's a secondhand story that my massage client was telling me that there's a Texas Panhandle wildfire heading close to a nuclear facility. The whole thing could just blow. And what could go wrong when we add Mars and Uranus square to that? I don't know. If you know more about that, I'd love to hear it in the comments because I don't really know that much about it, but everything could go wrong under this square. So just stay inside, and the theme of this new moon is to nourish yourself this new moon. So just maybe stay inside, drink some soup, stay away from electrical things, stay away from lightning storms. And, we just did a video, if you haven't seen it already, about the solar storms. I'm not going to go into a whole big deal about solar storms right here, but we are having increasing solar storms. They're just getting bigger and bigger as we move towards 2025 when the sun is going to flip axis. And this is really affecting us physically. There's solar storm symptoms. So we did a separate video. We talk all about what I know about that. I have my husband record it, and check it out because we are seeing more and more solar storms. And if you're feeling off, if you have a headache, a heart palpitation, you can't sleep, you're anxious, or having an emotional outburst or something, it's really fun to just Google, was there a solar storm? And 9 times out of 10, if you're having weird symptoms like ears ringing or some kind of feeling really off, and then you Google solar storm, and sure enough, we just had one. We just had some record-breaking solar storms in the last week. So I invite you to start following along and pay attention to the solar storms because we're just going to be seeing more and more of them as we go forward. And a couple other transits, and then I'm going to get to the really beautiful Sabian symbol. We have Jupiter in a semi-square to Neptune from March 1st through March 18th about this, and this aspect brings worry, right? So many people are worried, and I like to say worrying is like praying for what you don't want. Don't let yourself go into worry state. Remember that you are creating your reality with your thoughts. So try to keep your thoughts as positive as you can. And this worry is going to meet with a higher source power that says, have faith. You will be safe. You will be provided for. All is well. Things are always working out for you. And this transit says, turn off your TV, stop paying attention, stop listening to astrologers who say solar storms are coming. No, just kidding. But really get out into nature, do some nature therapy, do some earthing, some grounding, do something spiritual, mystical, magical with this Neptune in Pisces. You know, we don't have that much more time with Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune in Pisces, Neptune loves to be in Pisces. Neptune's like on a day at the beach in Pisces. And this is a beautiful time with this Jupiter semi-square Neptune. Even though it's a square, when you have two positive planets like Jupiter, the king of wishes, and Neptune, you know, the god of the ocean, when they come together, even in a square, it's a softer square than those Uranus squares. It's not so scary. It's not so destructive. And Jupiter is getting closer and closer to Uranus, where it will conjunct. And that is a really big deal. I'm going to do a separate transit reading on that. But I almost feel like Jupiter is going to see his wise, mystical shaman just before he goes to Uranus, you know, and he's just asking Neptune and Pisces, like, what should we do about the situation? And so this is a really good time, again, for lighting up your Palo Santo and connecting with spirit, getting really mystical, magical about, you know, what should I be doing now? And getting rid of the worry and replacing it with just the most positive feelings that you are provided for, you are supported, and everything is working out for you. And your ancestors have your back, and the unicorns are going to save you. So, and then we have Mercury, who will sextile Pluto this new moon. Sextiles bring harmony. And this will be a good time for any kind of negotiations that you need to do, mediation that leads to transformation. So if you're in a legal dispute or something, this new moon is a good time to try to come to agreement on how to move forward. And this is, once again, a good Mercury transit for journal writing. See if you can figure out things. If you have any problems or conflicts with others, just do some automatic free writing like I was talking about in my last micro moon transit, and just see if, you know, you can get some divine wisdom to help solve your issues right now. And Mercury has been in Pisces, but now enters Aries. And take note that Mercury will go retrograde on April Fool's Day, April 1st, but we're already going into the shadow state of Mercury in March. So this is not a good time for launching your business or having any big events or really getting started on those projects just yet. This is the waiting game. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. You might as well just sit down for now. I've just read astrology charts for several clients who want to start something new in 2024. Very common in an Aries North Node year. We're all craving like, ooh, I got to do something new, some new ambition. But I would say wait until May when the energy supports it. Or you may have so many obstacles that you get discouraged. Just dream your dream for now. Maybe write down your plans. Worry about doing all the things later on. And rest and nourish yourself this new moon. That is the best thing you can do right now. Make that soup, nourish yourself, hydrate, and wait until the energy supports doing it and moving forward. And I used to get upset with myself for procrastinating, but sometimes the energy honestly just doesn't support doing the thing. This energy doesn't support really being out in the world, promoting yourself at events or putting yourself out there. We're working on the Bend Health Guide right now. We're always working on it during Mercury retrograde because I never want to print during Mercury retrograde. So inevitably, I find, you know, we all have to do something during Mercury retrograde. You can't just stop working. So but knowing that Mercury is retrograde, it just helps you align to the energy to say, okay, we might need more time to do this photo shoot or video shoot. And In the meantime, just be really kind to yourself when you don't feel like doing things. Nurture yourself like you would a small child this month. And Venus will move into Pisces on March 11th, where Venus is exalted. I feel like Venus has her crown of stars on, and she will stay there during the eclipse portal, giving us so much healing and creating a trine for the water signs, Cancer and Scorpio. The Venus love light is shining on all of us, but especially Scorpio and Cancer will be very supported under this Venus and Pisces. And this is a good time to beautify your home, to nurture yourself, get your hair cut, get an intuitive reading or a healing, and just really treat yourself. Treat yourself so kind. Venus just wants you to love yourself. It's all about self-love in Pisces, self-love and healing. And you deserve to have and hold everything that you desire, so you can really dream it into being. It's like Venus is going to take a cosmic nap in Pisces, and she's going to dream the universe into being. And this is a time that you can dream things, really get into the lucid dream state and doing maybe some I love to do hypnosis at night, to just use affirmations or hypnosis. We did one called Making Money While You Sleep, and it's full of affirmations that are helping you achieve abundance and just allowing you to become a magnet for money effortlessly. Doing that kind of thing while you're sleeping is so powerful when Venus enters Pisces. Or maybe you just want to dance this new universe into being. I believe whole worlds have been danced into being with movement. Like the Sufis believe that when you're dancing, you are one with the divine. So maybe you just want to get out and dance and see if you can create a new universe or manifest your desires that way. Just get really creative. Pisces is so extraordinarily creative, mystical, magical. And now I just want to read the Sabian symbol for Pisces 20 degrees, a table set for an evening meal together. And the keynote is an indication that in the end and at the appointed time, the individual's needs will be met among those to whom he is linked by a spiritual or biological web of energies. Whew, that is so beautiful. And these are, by the way, from this book, Dane Rudyard's Sabian symbols. This is where I get these. And the Sabian symbols were downloaded from a mystic, Elsie Wheeler, so long ago. So sometimes the language can be a little vintage for our day and age, but they still hold so much meaning for each and every degree of the zodiac. And I love that this Sabian symbol is talking about nourishing yourself, because that's what I've been saying too. That was really what I was downloading as well. The significant element in this Sabian symbol is not only the meal, but the fact that it is an evening meal. After a long chain of personal daily existences, the soul returns to its spiritual home at the close of the day of manifestation. There it finds renewal and happiness beyond mere existence is experienced, if all has gone well in a day. And this promises a satisfying or fulfilling end to whatever one has been undertaking during your busy day. And as the life closes, the soul consciousness will find nourishment in the harvest of whatever during the whole life has been relevant to the archetypal purpose and destiny of your soul. And one of the aspects of the divine creative word which began the cycle. And this symbol is about endings and beginnings. Can you even make this stuff up? This symbol is about endings and beginnings. What have I been talking about this whole time? Endings and beginnings. That is where we are. Something's ending, something's beginning. And this Sabian symbol, it really reminds me of the Last Supper for some reason. I'm just a born Catholic, but I still get these symbols of Jesus at the Last Supper, and there's an ending and a beginning and birthing, something is being born. I don't know. It's so interesting. But now I just want to read a little something for all of the 12 signs under the energy of this new supermoon in Pisces. Aries, this new moon, Venus, and Mars are all sextile your sign, saying fortune favors the bold. This is your time to go for it. Mercury enters your sign, giving you the gift of communication. And this is a good time for negotiations and contracts and getting things done. You are getting ready to make some sweeping changes as we enter the Eclipse Portal in your sign this April. Make sure you give yourself enough time and space in your schedule so that you can do the deep healing. When Chiron, the wounded warrior healer, conjuncts North Node in Aries, you may be feeling all the feels this month, Aries. Taurus, this new moon, Pisces squares your sign along with Venus and Mars and Aquarius squaring you too. I call this a crunchy energy when everything that can go wrong might just go wrong. So I would not travel. I would not take on any really big projects under this lunar cycle. I wouldn't really want to start something new under this energy. Just try to stay focused on your current goals from a planning perspective, more of a planning, less doing, and wait for a better time in late April, early May to really move forward on your big goals and projects. Or you may get discouraged if it's not as successful as you hope for this month. And it gets better in April. The energy is going to shift, and I keep moving forward, Taurus. But also give yourself plenty of time for rest and self-care under this diamond-making pressure that you'll be under all month. Really take care of yourself and go easy on yourself. Gemini, this new moon, Venus, and Mars are trining your sign, giving you blessings to your love life and your career. And if you're wanting to make a change, now is a good time to set your intentions for what you want to manifest. And it will arrive by the time we have that Pisces full moon in August. So this is some long-term planning for the future, for later this year. Plant those seeds now and you will harvest going into fall. And you have these big goals you want to accomplish this year. But I think of that saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just focus on what you can accomplish each day, taking little steps, little bites out of the projects you're doing, knowing that it will all add up to great success eventually. You don't have to do it all at once. Cancer, you have Sun, Venus, and Mars all trine your sign, empowering you with luck and love to manifest your heart's desire when you align with this trine. So get into alignment. This is the best time to promote yourself and be seen, to really grow your business if you're self-employed. And Saturn trine your sign gives you new opportunities to excel at work, begin new projects. Maybe you want to start a podcast or do videos or put more things out on social media. This is a really good time to shine your light and be seen. And Jupiter sextile your sign gives you an optimistic hope for the future. Something better is coming on the horizon. So just keep going forward and you will get to the better days. You're feeling more social this month, and it's time to get out of your shell, get out of the house, meet new friends, go to new places, and do something that scares you this month. Wonderful opportunities will naturally show up. This is your say yes time. Leo, Jupiter is squaring your sign through mid-April, pushing you to expand further and create something more important in your life. And it can feel like an intense pressure to become something bigger in life, to make more money, or maybe you're even craving fame, or you want to be an influencer, but you don't take on more than you can handle under this influence, because Uranus, the planet of unexpected events, is also squaring you, bringing you obstacles and roadblocks that just might trip up your forward progress. So keep calm and carry on with better work-life balance, and maybe even take some time off to smell the roses and appreciate all that you do have instead of trying to grab at something bigger and better this month. Virgo, this new moon, Sun, Mercury, and Saturn are all opposite your sign this month. It can feel like your energy is being drained and you can't keep up with all your work demands this month, and overwhelm or even depression may set in. So just go easy on yourself, Virgo. It's not time to make a change or start anything new. Just lay low and wait for your energy to return in late April. And you still have Jupiter and Uranus both trine your sign until mid-April, bringing you some lucky opportunities to get ahead. But you don't have to work so hard or accomplish so much this month. Put off what you can for next month when the energy supports it better. Libra, you have new moon, Venus, and Mars all trine your sign, bringing you a lucky break in your love life and your career. And you have so much fertile, creative energy this month. If you are trying to get pregnant, this is the moon to wish for a baby. And you can also use this fertile energy for artistic, creative pursuits, to begin a new project, to set some kind of new moon intention, or to grow a garden. I just picture you planting seeds in fertile soil, Libra, and something good is going to happen. Maybe you should be planting flowers. I just picture flowers blooming in the spring for Libra. And you have this sparkling charisma all month that will really attract new friends and lovers if you're single. So this is a great month to get out and socialize, or maybe you want to host a dinner party and nourish your friends and loved ones. Do something that brings you that connection and togetherness. Scorpio, this new moon, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, and Mars will all trine your sign, bringing you so many lucky opportunities for love and money. Something wonderful is about to happen for Scorpios, and Maya Angelou said, if one is lucky, a solitary fantasy can transform a million realities. So start fantasizing about the life you want to create and then make it your reality this month. I like to say it's not luck, it's alignment. Get energetically aligned. Get into the feeling state of what it is you want to manifest and how would it feel having it. And it might have felt like nothing was happening for you in the past 2 months, but now everything is going your way as the energy finally supports your financial growth, perhaps romantic getaways, and you will make deep connections with friends and lovers who will open doors to new ways to prosper. And this is going to be a fun month. You will not want to get off this joyride, so enjoy every minute of it. You deserve it. Sagittarius. New moon Pisces is sextile to your side, bringing harmony and balance to your relationships and work life. If you need to negotiate, ask for a raise, or mediate in a lawsuit, now is the time when things will go your way. And you can call in special favors from friends, coworkers, and loved ones if you need help. You're in tune with taking greater responsibility this month, getting things done. This is a good month to pay off your debts and do your taxes and get financially solvent. And Mercury, trine your sign, makes this a favorable month for signing contracts or committing to a love relationship at a deeper level. Maybe you're even ready for marriage, Sagittarius. Anything you commit to with your whole heart this month will surely succeed in the long run. Capricorn, you have Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Saturn sextile your sign, bringing you a relaxed month ahead when everything falls into place without too much effort. And this is a good time to make plans for your future. With your keen insight, you may find new ways of doing things, new investments that allow you to prosper beyond your wildest dreams. Be open to unusual ways, making friends with people who think differently, and listen for higher guidance to show up this month. Aquarius, it's like you can finally exhale after all those planets were lighting up your sign last month, and they have left you feeling so overwhelmed. Now that the planets have left the building, you feel free to do as you please again. Take a Ferris Bueller day off just to have pure fun and enjoyment. Play hooky. It will recharge you so that you can get back to working hard again. And you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself to really hustle and go after some big goals and accomplish so much. But this month, just take smaller steps forward and allow things to show up. More time for allowing what you want to manifest to come to you instead of forcing it or grabbing at it. Just try to allow the good things to find you and relax and just enjoy a little sneaky time off if you can. Pisces, this is your own personal new moon, time to set some big intentions for anything you want to manifest to come in August of this year when you have your full moon. And you will be feeling lit up with the supermoon energy at 20 degrees of Pisces. This is strong energy bringing you rejuvenation, inspiration, and your creative juices are flowing now. So take some time out to nourish yourself with healthy foods and just giving yourself time and space to dream the dream into being. And ask yourself, how will you begin again? What new path do you want to go on? And this is a soul-searching lunar cycle for you. So just really allow yourself the time to figure out what it is you want to do next with your one precious life. Take lots of soul-inspiring walks and listening to music and just doing whatever sparks joy in your heart. Thank you so much for watching my new Supermoon in Pisces, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment to be in it to win it for a free full astrology chart when I see you next time on the full moon.